this car in months. Fired right up. Well, kinda. I had to put a battery in. I've collected a bunch of extra parts for this thing. Let's put them on. Let's actually get this thing on the road for spring. Probably gonna need some tires too. Then who knows what we'll do. Running a little fat. Transmission needs a blood transfusion. Sounds like she's running on about 1.3625 cylinders. Oh, too much hill. Well, there you have it. I tried to put a little automatic transmission fluid in her, and it wasn't enough, and she died. So we'll have to charge the battery up because our alternator is not alternating. So we'll throw a little more transmission fluid in there so we can get it on the rack. And then I'm pretty sure I have a transmission filter and fluid kit, which I'm gonna put right back into this thing because my transmission pan is leaking. And I got a bunch of front end parts for it because they were cheap on Fleabay. And I think I scrounged up a couple of used tires I can stick on the front of this so we don't have this flapper over here. And then maybe we'll actually drive it down the road. So I'm going to sit down and read my Toyota 1980 Toyota Corona owner's manual. Because it's going to be faster than looking it up on the internet. This is how we did things back before computers. Everybody had a supercomputer in their pocket. Transmission, automatic. See, automatic transmission. Is that under A? Automatic transmission. Look at that. Fluid, 76 and 77. All you need to know is right there. Power steering fluid, Dextron. Transmission fluid. Type F. Wow. I bet nobody's put the correct Type F transmission fluid in this because I'm not even sure you can still get Type F transmission fluid. Let's go find out. I don't think I have any in it, any Type F. Who'd have thought the owner's manual would be in there, in the glove box? Looks like somebody was bored and tinted all the glass on it though. So I found some Speedway multi-purpose ATF for all domestic and imported automatic transmissions produced prior to 2006, except for Dextron 4 and Dextron 5. So I guess we'll stick that in here because we're never going to use it otherwise. We'll just give it all of it because it probably needs it. Let's see if this battery's got enough juice. Oh, terminals are on the wrong sides. That won't work. Alright. So I dropped a quart of ATF in her. Let's see if that's enough for me to get this thing on the rack. I dropped a new battery in there just because I wasn't going to mess around with it. So let's see if she'll pull on the rack. Feeling optimistic. That'll be right where I was expecting to put it. Alright, she made it in the shop. I'm going to stick a couple front tires on this thing. And then probably put a transmission pan gasket and filter and fluid in it. See if we can't keep the red stuff inside the transmission instead of all over the ground. Probably need to put some fresh fuel in it because this thing's running like it's working really hard on one cylinder. Well, oddly enough, I found a couple of tires for this. Considering they're 14-inch wheels, we don't see too many of those, but I had a couple takeoffs in the backyard. They're a little less dry rotted than these, but they're round and they'll hold air, so that'll do what I need it to do for right now. So we'll change those out. And we'll see about changing some of these front end parts, because I actually managed to get a whole bunch of suspension parts for this because they're all kind of available. So we'll fix that up. 3 lug nuts. I gotta say, I'm impressed with how easy everything's coming apart on this car so far. But again, it is a Toyota. It's so bad. Goodness, that guy's on there. Oh, it's really on there. All right, well, first time for everything. That one came out correctly. See, this one will come out. Somebody put those on extra tight. Alright, so I got my new pit on, I got my new tie rod ends in. Oh my goodness, did they really lock that guy on? Oh, what's that about? I still got to get that joint out that popped on me. That guy. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Still not coming out. Goodness gracious, that thing is in there. Hey, I win. All right. BFH to the rescue. Put my 3 lug nuts back on. I should go get a wheel lock kit for this just to make sure nobody steals my wheels. Hey, off like almost like that tool's made to make that happen. Oh, now the Pitman arm's off. She got a little play in her. Probably been all right for another 25.3 miles. Oh, that's awesome. That was not master splined. Ha 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 ha. I probably should have paid attention to where that was at when I took it off, huh? Let's put the steering wheel center. Try it right about there. I think right about there will be perfect. Until later. It's actually gorgeous out today, which makes a completely different type of light in this shop. Better for your viewing pleasure, I suppose. This is really not very exciting stuff. It's just some nuts and bolts. So I guess now it's time to put a transmission filter and pan gasket on it. I will have fluid here for it on Monday. So hey, progress. I got the front end rebuilt. I got it aligned. I'm gonna do the transmission service and then I'll put some fresh gas in it. See if I can make it run right. And then we'll completely take it all back apart and do something completely different with it. But at least I know my engine runs, it drives. The transmission actually works fine, it's just low on fluid. Yeah, pretty excited. Really don't have anything to say right now, Austin. I'm really nothing exciting about this car. Except that it's a Corona wagon and really, really good shape. So the other day I finished putting my transmission pan gasket and filter kit in this thing and scrounged up some Type F transmission fluid. It is still available, by the way. Now I probably have enough to last me the rest of my lifetime because I'll probably never use it again. But the transmission's still leaking because there's a spot about that big under this from sitting here for a day. Because I pulled this thing out to take it for a drive and it ran out of fuel, like right here. So we're gonna put some fuel in it. We'll see if it'll start up. And then maybe we'll drive this thing down the road. And then we'll figure out where our transmission's leaking from, because it's definitely leaving its mark wherever it's parked. So, let's put some fuel in this thing. And yes, it is the same key as the ignition. Apparently, in 1980, people were worried about their 10 gallons of fuel being stolen from their car. Whatever. I wonder if that's an option from the dealer. You must have a pull tab somewhere. Hey, the pull lever works. Give it a little more spring. Oh, now I gotta open it again. Yay! Look at that. Fancy. Two gallons, 8 ounces. Probably 2 gallons, 9 ounces with how much this tank has swelled. If that's important. I feel like I'm on the side of the highway after running out of fuel on my way to pick up my kids. Knocking on a stranger's door. Do you have 2 gallons of fuel that I could borrow? Well, I'll have, because I'm not going to be bringing it back. Let's just put all of it in there. Lock that back up, keep it safe. I have to do something about that starter some way. Oh, winning! Good, I won't have any problems with mosquitoes this year. Well, I'm going to go see if I can burn some carbon out of this thing and get the other 3 cylinders firing again. It runs, it drives, it stops. It's still leaking transmission fluid. So I'll figure out what that is here in a minute. Let me shoot this thing on down the road. Make sure I have my wallet because I'm going to probably break down on my way to get some fuel. I'll be right back. Gotta go on a rescue mission. Oh, fire. Well, it made it to the gas station, and then it made it to here, which is about 4 miles from my shop. And there's a train going by. So, put $12 for the gas in it, which was like 4.671 gallons of fuel at today's prices. And hey, let's run it. Let's drive it around the corner. So we made it to here, and I did a U-turn, and it just quit. So now it's time to load it on the tow truck after a morning exercise and a lift from a nice fella down the street that didn't seem to be too minded about, you know, me driving a Corona and in Corona times. So whatever. Let's get it loaded up, take it back to the shop, figure out why it won't run now. So I got my Corona loaded up and ready to go back to the shop and figure out why I've got a car that runs but doesn't run. So we'll probably work on this in another month or two, because I have other things to do and I just wasted half my day walking around. So I got to get a couple trucks done to pay for this stuff. Anyway, if you like this stuff, click like, subscribe, leave us a comment. Let us know what you think about our Corona Wagon. It smells so bad inside, it's not even funny. I don't know if I can describe that. We'll figure that out when everything else comes out of it. But for now, thanks for watching our bits. This one's a little bit on the lighter side. We actually do some pretty serious work in our shop. But this isn't one of those videos. And this isn't one of those cars. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Get out there and enjoy the weather. It's gorgeous outside. At least it was a pretty day for a walk. Spring's right around the corner. Get outside and enjoy it.